Have you ever stumbled across an old photograph, the kind where the edges are worn and the colours faded, and felt your heart ache with recognition? Or unfolded a handwritten letter, the ink smudged with time, and been transported instantly into a memory you thought you'd forgotten? These moments are more than nostalgia. They are living proof that we were here, that we loved, that we gave everything we had, even on the hardest days. In caregiving, it's easy to get caught up in the daily grind, the appointments, the medications, the never-ending to-do lists. But one day, long after the dishes are done and the routines have changed, what will remain are the stories, the tiny details, the legacy you've created, often without even realizing it. Today, we're exploring how you can intentionally capture these memories, so your experiences, your wisdom, and your love won't just fade into the background. They will stand as a testament of your journey, ready to inspire and guide the generations that come after you. Because what you're doing right now isn't ordinary. It's legacy work, and it deserves to be remembered. Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to Radiant Moments, a J&B podcast. I'm Michelle, your guide, your fellow caregiver, and someone who believes deeply that your story matters more than you know. Before we begin, let's take a moment to arrive here together. If it feels safe, gently close your eyes. Place your hand on your heart or somewhere that feels comfortable. Take a slow, generous breath in. Hold for the count of 3. And exhale. Feel your shoulders lower. Feel your chest expand. This is your sanctuary, a space where your experiences are honored, where your memories are valued, and where you are reminded that every small act of care is building something far bigger than today. In our last episode, we explored the tender, sometimes tangible relationships between caregiving and emotional eating, and how to meet ourselves with compassion instead of judgment. If you haven't listened yet, I encourage you to go back. It's an important piece of the puzzle. Next time, we'll celebrate the caregiving milestones, those quiet victories and hard-won achievements that deserve to be seen and named. But right now, we're turning our gaze to something that transcends the daily tasks. The legacy you are creating through every decision, every sacrifice, and every moment of love you pour into your caregiving journey. Because long after the routines fade, what will remain are the stories, the memories, the essence of who you were and what you stood for. Let's explore how to honor that legacy together. The importance of preserving caregiving memories, why your story matters more than you know. Caregiving is often painted as a list of duties, medications, appointments, schedules. But if you pause for a moment and look closer, you'll see something far richer. It's a living record of humanity, a tapestry woven from countless moments of tenderness, frustration, courage, and connection. Moments that often pass unspoken and unseen. And here's something I want you to consider. What if these moments are the most important inheritance you'll ever leave behind? Why preserve these memories? Connection. When we share our caregiving stories, especially the unpolished, behind the scenes one, we're offering our loved ones a powerful gift, a sense of belonging. A roadmap back to who we are and what we value. It tells them this is where you come from. This is the love you were surrounded by. Education. Preserving memories doesn't just record history, it teaches future generations about resilience, empathy, and the quiet strength that sustains a family. It's a way to pass down not just facts, but the heart of your lineage. Healing. Sometimes writing or speaking our stories out loud helps us process experiences we didn't even know we were carrying. It can bring closure, understanding, or simply a gentler perspective on seasons of life that once felt impossible. Ways to capture your legacy. Don't overthink this. Start small, start simple. The magic is in the consistency, not the perfection. Journaling. Try writing just a few lines each week. What made you smile? What changed you? Or what you're proud of? Over time, these entries become a mosaic of your caregiving life. Photo albums with stories. Instead of just collecting photos, add handwritten captions or notes about what was happening in each image. What was your loved one learning or feeling? What did the moment teach you? Audio or video recordings. Record yourself telling stories or reflecting on your experiences, or interview your loved one if possible. Capture their voice, their laughter, their way of seeing the world. These recordings become living memories for decades to come. Memory boxes. Gather small objects that hold meaning. Hospital bracelets, letters, a favourite toy, or a dried flower from a day you never want to forget. Over time, this becomes a tangible time capsule of love. Try this today. Choose one method to begin, just one. Maybe it's jotting down a memory before bed tonight, or snapping a photo of something ordinary but meaningful. Because here's the truth. Your story is worthy of being remembered. Your caregiving journey is not just a chapter. It's part of the legacy your family will hold close long after today. I'd like you to reflect. What moment from this past week do you wish you could bottle up forever? What would you want your future self or your children to remember about it? Here is my personal reflection. When I think back to the countless moments I've spent caring for my sons, so many of them etched in my heart in ways that words can barely hold. Some of my most vivid memories aren't the big milestones, but the quiet, ordinary moments that reveal the depth of who my boys are and who they're becoming. I remember one afternoon, after an especially long week of appointments and therapies, we were both exhausted. My oldest son was suffering from sensory overwhelm from the day, and I was literally holding it together. We sat on the floor, surrounded by the remnants of the day. Discarded snack wrappers, therapy toys, scribbled notes. Out of nowhere, he looked at me and asked, "Do you remember when I was little and used to make up stories about Tiger saving the day?" I hadn't thought about these stories in years, but in that moment, I could see it so clearly. Him curled up in my lap, clutching his threadbare tiger as I made up stories after story to help him feel brave. That memory stopped me in my tracks. It reminded me that while so much of caregiving feels like logistics, appointments, medications, schedules, the real legacy is built in those small acts of love. The stories, the laughter, the quiet reassurance that no matter how hard things get, we will always find our way back to each other. After that day, I started writing down these little moments, the bedtime stories, the questions he asked, the things he said that made me pause and smile. Over time, these notes have become a living record of our journey. Not just the struggles, but the resilience, the tenderness, the humanity of it all. And I know that someday, when he's older, he'll be able to look back and see not just the care he received, but the love and intention that shaped every day of his childhood. That's what building a legacy looks like. It's not grand gestures or perfect records. It's capturing the small, imperfect, beautiful moments that show who we are and what we hold dear. What moments would you want your loved ones to remember about you? Not just as caregivers, but as the person you are beyond the role. Have you taken steps to preserve your caregiving journey or the stories of those you care for? I'd love to hear about your experiences. Share your stories with our community on Instagram at JMB Inspired, or join our private group to connect with fellow caregivers. Your journey matters and your legacy is worth celebrating. Here's your affirmation for the week. I am the keeper of stories, the bearer of love, and the builder of legacies that will inspire generations. Don't forget you've got all the resources. The 90-second reset program gives you fast, practical tools to break the overwhelm in under 2 minutes. Targeted breathing exercises or quick grounding techniques can soothe your fight and flight response, helping you return to calm and clarity. Or come and join our membership and community at JMB Oasis. Our waitlist is open. This community is there for ongoing support, loads of resources, and connection with our fellow caregivers. Thank you for spending this time with me and for being willing to explore something so tender and powerful. The legacy you're building every single day you show up to care. I hope today's conversation reminded you that your story matters, That the little moments you think no one notices, the late night comforting, the handwritten notes, the ordinary Tuesdays are often the memories that echo longest through generations. If this episode sparked a memory, a reflection, or an idea, I'd love to hear about it. Come and share your story with our community on Instagram at JMBinspired, or leave a comment wherever you're listening. Your experiences could inspire someone else to start preserving their own. Remember, every time you pick up a pen, snap a photo, or tell a story out loud, you're not just remembering, you're honoring the path you've walked. And you're showing your loved ones what love in action really looks like. In our next episode, we'll shift from reflection to celebration. Together, we'll acknowledge the milestones you've reached. The ones that rarely make it into the spotlight, but deserve to be recognized and celebrated for the triumphs they are. Until then, stay radiant, stay empowered, and keep shining your light bright.